Welcome to episode 14 of the Mainly Golf Show. I'm Jack Milner, once again joined by the Sticky Bandits, the robe-wearing Marv Noe, and the not it's the same old hoodie. The Mainly Golf hoodie is in the post. Hey, is there anything you have received in the post lately, though?
Nope.
Right, okay, fair enough. Good for an audio podcast. Same. I thought you might get a big, you
We could
might
have
flash the
got
knobby's
a
nuts, but
sponsor in there. You know what I What did
you,
you?
you might as well flash the knobby's nuts. There. We might get a sponsorship
Oh,
deal
he's
out of
done the
this.
Nobby's nuts. Nobby.
Have you received anything lately? No.
Well, these are 3 weeks
Jesus
ago.
Christ.
3 weeks ago.
This is why you will never work in marketing. Jesus Christ.
Thank you. Oh, fuck marketing.
Yeah.
This is why we've never Oh,
Oh,
picked a winner.
stick to what would you even do at living? Just piss about the spreadsheets and go for a cherry. We're here to
yeah.
very much. We're here to preview the US Open 2024 Pinehurst number 2, redesigned by Donald Ross. Marv, you're a stickler for golf course designs. So Hep is if it involves Pete Dye. What a fish. Pete Dye Chad. What have you seen? Because I sent the video on to you in the week of the course. Explain to the listeners out there how tricky potentially the course can be if say you miss the fairway or you miss a green.
Yeah, well, I don't think missing the fairway is too bad. You can be a bit wild off the tee, I would say, but it's the greens. It's the upturn sources. They will be a nightmare. It's the temperature in the 30s, and that's Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
For
So
American viewers out
it,
there.
it it's going to be as warm as it can be. The ball's going to fly. It's going to run forever. It's going to be a very tough week. But I do think somebody could sneak under par. But it's to me it's I do like these a major like this because it does bring out a bit of a grind, but a fair grind. Not battling wind or rain. It's just perfect conditions, but you've got to be absolutely on it. Um, so
What do
so
you
it,
think? I mean, because the USGA have famously been really like slaughtered due to, if you remember 2015 when Jordan won at Chambers Bay, the players were came out
mm,
and said this is disgrace. We're
mm,
hitting good shots and it's like it's like falling off the green at the side.
mm.
When Dustin won in 2016, he had that two-shot penalty looming over him. He played brilliant golf, to be fair, DJ in 2016, and he's one of the people that said that he was really tough out there. Brooks won with +1 in 2018. Coming with -9 when we last here at Pinehurst number 2 in 2014, 10 years ago. What do you think the winning score will be?
I'm gonna go out and say six under, 6 to 7. Probably a handful or 10 at most plays under par. So
I
to
think
me,
when
that's going to be quite tough.
I think when Bryson won in 2020, obviously I know that was COVID stricken year. I think he won with -6, but I think he won. I think was he 3, 4 shots clear of Wolf, and then
Yeah, it
there's
was
only a
crazy.
handful of players under par. Which you think in my head you want just a handful of players, maybe 5, 10
It's
players under par. It's a proper
Sweet.
test.
Yeah, that's and that's it. And Winged Foot back in 2020 it can be that type of golf course. I think Pinehurst again. I think if it was a bit softer, the weather wasn't what it is. The course hasn't dried out. The greens won't be as lightning fast. The scores, could be a little bit easier at Pinehurst, but because if we go back, I think back in 2005 when I suppose actually back in 2005 when Michael Campbell beat Tiger
Who
Woods,
the
he won
fuck
it
is
even.
Michael Campbell?
Oh, that's it. 1 week wonder. He won the tournament evens, 2 strokes ahead of Tiger. So I do think it's going to be a battle. And as you said, Keimer did win it at under, but 8 strokes clear of second place. So. I am looking forward to it. I really am. It's out of the 4 majors for me at the moment, it's probably second, behind the Masters. It's
Yeah, I'm
yeah
with Marv there.
that that's
The US Open's a proper test, and again, the USGA will be. kind of there just to kind of stamp their authority in the game, especially given what's happened in the last couple of years, especially with the PGA invited in and Live Golf. The last time there was a playoff, and Marv has watched this back numerous times. I think it was Tiger was beating Rocco Media in 2000. Yeah, but Twiggy misses it right. Look at that for a second shot. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, I can remember the commentator's exact words and everything. Second by second.
I don't think we'll see a playoff this year. Hey, what are your thoughts on the US Open 2024? You've been a long time advocate of Scottie Scheffler. To be fair to Hep, who was comparing Scheffler to Tiger, peak Tiger in his prime, he just keeps doing it at the highest level.
It's not looking that stupid, is it? It's five wins in 8 weeks, and two
Has
of those
he
wins
made
with
you consider
pending
turning to
felony
Jesus Christ
charges.
yet?
He's getting there. He's getting there. If maybe this is why you get this some luck. Well, not that it's really luck, but maybe this is what you have to do to, earn $24 million with 3 months left of the season still to go. Just ridiculous what he's been doing. And like last week, he's won by one shot, but he was never really in doubt watching that back nine. Even with his bogey on 17, he just has it. He's just not going to give anything away, as we say every week. He's not going to let you win the tournament. You're going to have to go out there and beat him, and that's very hard to do when he basically pars at worst every hole.
A bit of insider baseball here. Heppel here has backed, or did back, Scottie Scheffler and Colin Morikawa in the straight focus last week. So he should be buying a new microphone next week because his audio is absolutely fucking shocking. Even by his with McGuinn-esque whispering tones, you know. You haven't played around with it. We could hear you. At least you can say when you tip to a winner when nobody heard us. Yeah, Scheffler is in a different class. Hey, explain to this forecast, Ben, because you've been all over this for the past like 6 weeks now. Is it just a case of Scottie's going to win? Who's going to finish him home instead?
Yeah, Scottie's going to win. Pick 2 or 3 people. He was 60-1 for Scottie to beat Colin. I had Victor at 80s and Wyndham at whatever. Yeah, just throw some darts. Just Scottie's going to win. Pick 3 of the top 10 favorites, and
I might as well just end the podcast there, Marv. You know what I mean?
Throw some darts, stick a few pins in. Jobs are good.
Win.
Yeah, just back the favourite and try and get a second up. Yeah, exactly.
Can't lose at those odds.
Hadley's just going to win the Grand National.
Second,
Who's going to finish him home? Yeah. Jesus. I mean, to be fair, the favourite did win the National this year, so it might make sense.
I'm really glad that Hep tipped that last week for our listeners to get on. There you go, Najee. 60-1 winner for you.
We're in profit, baby.
Hep, who did you tip up last week?
Shut your face.
Right. I think you tipped up Victor Hovland. What do you make of Victor, given that collapse was beyond surreal, right? I think
I didn't see much of the Saturday collapse. Like, I didn't watch it, but he was right there.
You have a life.
Yeah, I know, but you gotta pretend sometimes, don't you? But yeah, right there Saturday or Friday night, I was getting excited with my Scottie over Victor podcast, and then complete blow up on the back nine shot, like 7 or 8 over on the back nine on Saturday. Just as soon as he made that first mistake, he was just gone. And yeah, a few really duffed chips, which he could always do, but he doesn't have to do that this week. You can put from off the green here. You don't have to be good with your around the green irons, which is definitely his downfall. Like, I'm just looking, he's below Kevin Kisner for the season on the around the green shot gain stats, which is I think I'm better than Kevin Kisner around the green at the moment. So
I've not seen you through the Gloucestershire Pro-Am yet, Hef. I mean, in my head, this is the type of Victor Hovland kind of horse where you've got to be quite straight off the tee and sticky to 20 feet, right? And try and make a putt. That collapse would be really worrying last week. I know he's changed his coach again. He's gone back to I think coach from his childhood, hasn't he? A bit like Morikawa. He changed his swing coach again. With that was such an alarming. But But a lot of players, like Tom Kim, played, I think, a 5-6 hole stretch in about 6-7 over. Was it just a case of the conditions were so tough on Saturday, or was it just?
I mean, it's a very difficult. There was so many more triple bogeys than I've seen all year. Just checking the app and looking at people's score, like there was so many triples, and it can easily get away from you at Jack's place if you do get into, I don't know, a bad headspace or a bit of bad poor form for 2 hours. You
And
can't
couple
really
with that,
run
do you
off those
think
bogeys.
that the person who's leading the tournament puts that additional pressure on you when you're, say you won, like I think Hovland was one behind, right? Then he makes double, and Scheffler birdie, so now he's four behind. Well, now I've got to start
Yeah,
pin hunting, right? And then oh fucking, I've dropped another couple, and well,
Hovland's
fuck it,
not playing for
just
second
bang,
place.
bang, bang.
Like he's not. He doesn't need the money. He's not playing for third and I'll get 500,000. Like he wants wins. Like he's going after trophies. So yeah, as soon as Scheffler gets four in front, he probably does push it a bit hard, but one day it'll pay off and you'll say, "Oh, that's amazing!" Like fantastic play. And sometimes it doesn't work.
I think you and Marv both been saying victory straight after the PGA. Hovland and DeChambeau are the two to get on for the US Open. Marv, you've been a big Bryson's fan for a long time. He's redeemed himself for the going to live golf. I think he's one of the only few players that said what he'd do with the money and create content and create a YouTube channel and socials. He's actually done it, and he's still actually loved on tour. Um, is he a little bit short though? He won this in 2020, won by 6 strokes, I think, in the end, which was phenomenal. Um, is he a little bit skinny at 18s?
To me, a little bit, yes. He was what 28s, 30s, early in the week before the PGA, and I thought that was a really really good price. It's just a shame that Xander went and 20 under major championship record and pipped him, but I'm tempted on Bryson, but 18s is a bit of it's that middle ground. I wouldn't want to go any shorter, to be honest. Um, but do you stick with faith? You keep the faith with him because what he showed from the PGA, I said, as a star, ready to take off. His career is ready to take off.
As a
And
straw
win.
poll, how many people do you think would know Bryson more so than Scottie Scheffler in terms of like the American public? If you're asking like
Probably.
if you were to go to like a random American town, city, how many of these golfers do you know? I think Bryson would I think probably be the most recognizable golfer from the list of say the top 10, top 15 market leaders we've got this week. Do you think they know who fucking Sam Burns is?
Are you
You know,
going by
like
look? Say like,
Sahid
oh, for sure.
Tequila. Yeah, pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah, like the beefcake. I know who that one is. But
Rory, okay. Xander, maybe. Morikawa, probably not. Hovland, no. Aberg, no. Maybe Brooks. Is this just like just looking at leaderboard? Is this a sad indictment of the game? Is it? Do we kind of need Scotty to do like a Tiger Slam?
To do something to take that's it to bring non-golfers or casual golf fans, you know, to watch it, because and that can only really happen if Scotty does things that have either never been done or only ever Tiger has done them really, or
I mean,
so
he named his son Bennett. Not many other
do you
people
know
have
what I
done
mean?
that.
Like if
That's fucking
it's
terrible.
I, 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 I just think Bryson, I think he's a very different person than now to what he is quite a few years ago. I just think people can warm to him, and I think there's that fun element to him. He shows far more emotion on a golf course
It means a lot to him.
Than Scotty does.
I'm saying, man, it means a lot to him. He likes to win, but when he
That,
loses,
yeah,
it
look,
hurts. Yeah.
you can't. Some people probably keep that emotion in, and they've probably been trained, not to show emotion because then they might, take one shot at a time. You know what I mean? Don't.
Patrick Cantley, you boring
Do you know what I mean?
bastard.
But I think
But why is it
that's
then some people who do show emotion get kind of like Brooks is always quite cold and calculating. But John Ram shows a lot of emotion. People don't like him.
Because Ram just thinks that every putt he hits should go in. You know, every wedge,
How do I run so bad? Like,
exactly. Every wedge shot should be, 2 foot from the pin.
I mean, it should be. He's a two-time major winner. He's a Masters champion.
The game owes him so much. It's just
From
look. The one thing I'll say is golf needs the people like Ram again because you've got people that cheer for him.
you've
got me
cheering
that
against
watches
him,
to see him fail.
He
Do you know what I mean?
he gets a lot of stick in America as well.
Because that's it. It draws people in, and
like
you
a
need that.
Monte.
You don't want vanilla people because, and it's what I find is very strange. You could say that Scotty is a bit of a vanilla character, but he's that
Christian
good.
though.
But he's that good because to be special, you've got to be sometimes bordering on, insane,
like Peyton Manning, right?
Genius is very close to being insane. It's that fine line between.
But he doesn't give the vibe to me, like, especially with Bryson. You could argue, I could see him being like a bit of a very niche take for our American listeners, like a Ronnie O'Sullivan, bit of a maverick, bit of a screw loose, but I want to watch him play. It's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
Like at least he's Scotty, like, yeah, another one. Yeah, difficult hole, 45 foot for par. A 45 foot
I can't see anyone
birdie,
wanted
2
to
putt
root
par.
against him. I don't think Scotty drives that hatred, like, Man City, don't want to see all Liverpool or what, like Marv was saying, you need to be able to love and hate. And some people rooting for the greatness, and some people just wanted to see it fall and fail. But yeah, Scotty's just a bit too boring. I don't know how you can really hate him that much.
Yeah. What do you at the same token, what do you reckon? Like Rory has not been double figures for a major, I don't think in a few years.
It should be triple figures.
He disappointed last week. I think it was in top 20. I think he finished with a top 20 finish. But Marv, what do you give the world number 3's chances this week? Pinehurst number 2.
I'll say this: if Rory McIlroy wins this week,
oh, I don't want your balls out on screen, please.
My career as a golf podcaster will be over. I will hang up the microphone for good if Rory McIlroy wins this week.
It's a sad day.
It is.
I don't see how Rory would win this week. I don't see how Rory would even get.
It's not like if we take it back to me just bloviating and anyway. Yeah, it's an interesting word, isn't it? Look it up if you want.
Yeah, uneducated.
Where did you go to school, Hep? The type of course that we're expecting, to me, is very much a. I'm trying to explain why Rory's not going to win.
Hep's playing Dictionary Corner right now.
Yeah, to me,
Rory wins the next major.
Okay, get to the point. Course management, no chance. Next golfer.
And
first round leader, he'll have a good Thursday, and then
yes, I suppose the course will get harder, the greens will get harder day by day. Rory McIlroy's probably best round, probably will be the first round.
Rory did break the tournament record here, right? He shot 16 under. Was it Congressional 2011?
Yeah, when it was it pissed it down, didn't it? And it was just, So yeah, for me, it's just.
But apparently, allegedly, he's got himself some nice CBS goodies on the side. So
souvenirs.
Well, Amanda. I won't finish that in case we get sued. But yeah, apparently he's had some fun times. So he's in good form.
Not concentrating on his wedge game then.
Concentrate on your wedge game, Rory, then your fanny game. Fuck's sake, man. Got majors to win. Well, tell people you can follow Marv at what? Is it mainly Golf Marv on Twitter?
Yeah, I need all the followers I can get.
Then what did you write about him? About his drought?
I think it was that Death Valley has seen a shorter drought than Rory McIlroy in major golf.
How many majors is this month?
It will be 37 and counting after the US Open. And just to go back to that, Tiger Woods only played in 28 majors between the 08 US Open and the 19 Masters. So there you go. Incredible stat. Nobody talks about it.
Why don't people talk about it, Marv?
Because we're all fools.
It's like I don't know whether you're on Phil Hellmuth or Mike Madison.
To me, it's an incredible stat. You forget it was 2014 when Rory last won a major. 10 years.
That was the Open, right? Royal St George's.
I think he won the PGA 2014.
Was that at Quail Hollow?
There was a Kiwa Island in there. That might be 2012. There was. I'd have to look it up, but it was definitely 2014 PGA. He might have won the Open that year as well, but again, that was it.
It was at Valhalla, you're right, yeah.
And it's just keep counting him, Rory. We'll get to 40, then 45.
I just saw a Google about his drought. McIlroy's current major drought is longer than Tiger and Phil's combined.
Yeah. Did it say who the author is?
That's a good start, man. At Mainly Golf, man. Marv editing Wikipedia entries.
Look, we all know that Rory on his day and say on his week. We shouldn't say that. We all know that Rory's game, the ability he's got. I just don't think that certain golf courses suit it, and you can get away with being a bit more wild off the tee if your course management for your second shot in and around the greens is better, and that's where he falls down. And I just don't, so he'd have to be completely on it to overcome the issues. I think that you can get away with being a bit ragged off the tee. Tiger, Phil over the years showed that in these competitions, it's the second shot in and around the greens.
I mean, Rory has still won 9 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Go and win some.
He beat Chad Ramey and Martin Trainer to win the Zurich Classic.
Yeah.
Fucking Martin Trainer. What the fuck is Chad Ramey?
Wait a
minute, Martin Trainer's French? No idea who he is.
He, to be fair to Rory, yes, he beat a couple of insurance salesmen in that Zurich Classic, didn't he?
We just had a big lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. If someone sends Chad Ramey this podcast, I'm sorry. Do you know who I am? I am Chad fucking Ramey from Fulton, Mississippi. Put some respect on my name. Get the fuck up. I won the Punta Cana Championship 2 years ago. Beat Alex Smalley by a one shot. Who the fuck is Alex Smalley? All right, tips for this week. Who'd you fancy?
So,
remind people who you put up last week.
Last week was Victor, who we discussed, fell away on the weekend, and Wyndham Clark with another miscut, who's
on that point, what do you make of Wyndham Clark at the minute?
I mean, he's definitely lost it. Yeah, I don't exactly have any good analysis on exactly why, but he was absolutely killing it at the start of the season. Just gone. I think he's not made a cut in the 2 majors so far. He's missed the cut last week, as we just said.
He was unlucky not to make the cut at the Masters. Remember, he had that really bad spin at 15. When you were telling us all to back him under 69 for the second round, and he had a really nice third shot and he just span into the water. That was unlucky.
Yeah, it's fair. But I'm not backing him. I'm off now. I'm not backing him at 66.
I mean, you just backed him to miss the cut off here, so yeah, of course not.
But yeah, first, as you guys were saying at the start, distance off the tee is not particularly key, but accuracy is. I'm not really sure what it's going to be like playing out of this wire grass, pine needles on the side once you get out the fairway in the short rough, but it could be either really tricky or not that bad. But I think the big thing is around the green is not going to be too much of an issue. Like Kaiba would here, putting, you don't need to chip. So I'm picking guys who good players that basically suck around the green. So
Hovland.
First one is going to be, it would be Hovland if he wasn't 14s. If Hovland was 18s, I'd be on it, but not 14s after last week. So First one's going to be Ludwig at 20s. Will hit it dead straight. His one weakness in his game is around the green. He's currently 89th on tour for the season around the green. And then my second will be Hideki Matsuyama at 45.
Never back your deck.
I never do back Hideki. He played well in the 2 majors.
Throwing a dart.
So far, which I think is his last 2 starts, and then he played last
100.
week. Gaining shots across the
Fucking
board.
bounce out.
So I like his price of 45.
I think somebody might have messaged you last week saying he's got a great record at the Memorial and he will probably shorten up for the US Open. Anyway, and then Hep goes and steals my pick. So, fuck it out.
So I'll go 5 on Ludwig outright and then 2.5 on Decky each way.
I mean, Ludwig's not going to win, is he? That's just wasting 5 points.
He can come second to Scottie. I'll be happy with that.
Have you backed the forecast?
Yes, I've backed the forecast.
Back the forecast. Right, there you go. It's Ludwig Åberg, as my Swedish compatriot at work will say, and Hideki Matsuyama, the former Masters champion. Marv, you've got 10 points to spend. Where do you want to go?
I could need a bit more than 10, but to be honest, struggled really to find a
Marv advice sticking in Bitcoin.
Tony, not Tony Finau.
Not Big Dick Tony, Tony Quacker.
No, I'm gonna keep the faith with Bryson. I'm not overly confident again, just because price is a little bit lower than, but I'll trust him. Again, I think he's there to take off his career, the person, everything. It's there. It's just so I'll throw in Bryson. Roughly 18s is a decent out there.
18's 8 places about.
Yeah. That's the first pick. Now, for the second, I've decided to go quite a long way down the list, and I've plucked out with the trusty pin Billy Horschel. A bit of a comeback year for Billy on the tour. I think he won one of sort of like the secondary type events. But he's found his form again. I think I think a lot of people like him. He's a decent guy. So at 150s, I'm just going to throw him in there. I think he finished possibly tied 15th or tied 12th at the PGA. So as a lively outsider at a big price for to sneak a place, Billy Horschel is my second selection. So I thought staking wise, I think it'd be 4 points each way, Bryson, and 1 point each way on Billy.
Interesting enough, Steve the punter, who writes pretty much exclusively for Betfair, he's a very good judge. He put up Betty actually this week at 151, which I could never back better. He's said back Scheffler of 4.5 this week, saying he's just in a different class. We'll wait to see how many points Steve Palmer puts on him, but he's a tricky one. I have to go a different route. I think Marv, we're in the territory where we just got to get the pin out and back some long shots. So,
but as you said, without rudely interrupting you, Twig, do you take 3-1 on Scheffler to win, or do you try and find something to place because you're going to get a much bigger return just for someone to fall into a place?
That's what I mean. If you can find something at 100 to 1, right? Fifth of the odds, first 8. You're getting 20 to 1. I know with the win part, it's realistically 10 to 1. But I think it's better value. So Denny McArthur, I've been a long fan of. You've got to put well around here. As Hep says, you don't need to chip due to the way the rough setup, but you've got to put very well. Denny McArthur's the best putter on tour. We'll do 1 point each way on him. 110 to 125 to 1 with Sky Bet. Too big. Alex Noren's been in great form the last few weeks. He had another top 10 last week at the Memorial. He's 100 to 1. He'll be the second pick. We'll take another point each way on Justin Rose. I know it's a stupid pick, but he won here in 20. He won this event in 2014. I think you need that type of course management, a bit of a wily old veteran. And then the 2 picks will be Sepp Straka 80 to 1 and Russell Henley by 80 to 1. Both of them, when I'm looking for players to win this event, in their 30s, tee to green, quite boring, quite sensible. And they both fit the motto. A point each way on Straka, Henley. Straka, Henley, Noren. Who's about the two?
I don't think these bet slip's going to be long
Ross.
enough, Twig.
Look, I've got a point each way on 5 players. When one of them wins at 100 to 1, you're going to go, fucking that's big. You
Going to
should
break
have.
even.
Wanted Tom Hoge.
Why are you obsessed with Tom Hoge?
Irons, man.
But
Just
stats
his irons.
stats do often lie. Like, just because he throws some nice iron shots, his ass goes when he goes anywhere near the leaderboard. Like Hep when he used to get on a final table. However unlikely that was, and then
I didn't get to final tables.
bit of a cat. You didn't win, did you? You're too scared. What tournament should have Hoagie won about 2 months ago? He had a 36 hole lead though, and I think he
You
bogeyed
back
the
him,
first
Hep?
two.
I think I did back him for that one. It was around the players, wasn't it? He was up there at the players.
Might be like the Genesis of the Valspar.
Valspar or something,
Yeah.
Well, whatever the other one's called, the other V one.
Anyway, it's a scattergun approach from me this week. 5 players, a point each way. Marv, yeah, you going fishing, Marv? Bryson DeChambeau for Marv, Billy Horschel the save, and Hep. Where's your money going again?
Ludwig and Decky.
Ludwig and Aberg, the ball strikers for Hep. And we'll be all back next week. Hopefully, Hep will still have a few knobbies nuts left, and he will also be with a mainly golf. Hode Marv will actually be bugling a bit of placement if he wants, and I will tell you about 100 to 1 winner. But we'll see you next week. I've been Jack Milner. He's been Tom Helliwell, and he's been Marv, and we will see you all very soon. Ta-ra!